The whole time my heart was beating, but good morning. Today we're gonna go vote for the first time. So, this is the first time I'm ever voting by myself. Up until now, my schools have always had like this little booth area or somewhere in the cafeteria that you can go to vote, but pandemic, so therefore there's no schooling, there's nowhere you can go into to actually cast your votes anymore, which means I have to go to like the local administration center in my town, or I have to go to some event center around the area. So this is going to be like my first time actually like doing it all by myself. I wanted to make this video to show the process of voting from a younger person's perspective, but also just to show and encourage people to take part in democracy. Like, you may feel like you have no power or you can't control the way governments are why is my camera turning? You feel like you have no power or control about how your country is, but if you live in a democratic country, your voice is your vote. So this video is really just to encourage people to go out and vote, make sure you're registered to vote, get involved within your community, and also to show the process of what it looks like to go out and vote. I think voting is so important. I think being involved and having knowledge about what's going on is so important. I really think it's super important for people to get involved and go out and vote, because this all affects us. Even if you don't care or you don't feel like it affects you directly, somehow, some law, some person in power has the power to direct your future. So therefore, you have to use your voice. I feel like we shouldn't take democracy for granted, basically. And I know a lot of young people feel like, oh, my vote doesn't matter, it's just one vote. Your one vote could have the power to swing any decision. So yes, your one vote is very important. You are very important. Your voice is very important. So use it. Now I just want to show you guys everything that I brought with me. First of all, I have my mask because I'm assuming there's going to be lines and a lot of people, and a lot of these people are dusty and don't support wearing a mask. So I'm not going to be walking around catching the coronavirus because of you hillbillies. And then on top of that, I brought my coffee because it's like 8 in the morning right now. Also, I think you need like one form of ID. I think identification that will pass as like government issued are passports, state given IDs, and your driver's license. Driver's license, Texas. Oh, and my AirPods so I can drown out the nonsense. So yeah, I have my drink, I have my mask, I have my ID, so I'm ready to go. Ooh. Y'all spinning. Alrighty, let's go. Okay, well, first of all, I'm breaking the law. It says it's a one-way. I'm assuming this is where I need to go to vote because this area is never packed, and all of a sudden today everyone's out here. So I guess I just need to find somewhere to park. Okay, it says vote that way. I see a Biden and Harris sign. I see a Trump sign. Okay, let's park. Okay, so there were like signs that said vote this way. Hold on, I'm gonna put my mask on. So right now I'm at the administration building for my my area's like school district. If you go on your state's government page, there should be like, what the heck is going on with my mask? There should be a page that shows you like all the voting places and like registration areas where you can go and vote. So All I did was go on there, look up like county, which is my county, registration and voting, and it said that the closest area to me was this building. So it's like a 5-minute drive from my house, and I'm going to now follow the signs, I guess, that say vote. So yeah, need to get my purse. Make sure you have your ID again, because I don't think you can even vote without your ID. So let's do this. This is actually really stressful, but like I'm glad I'm out here doing this because it's important. So police. Okay, so I'm walking into the building now. There's like a bunch of just cars parked everywhere with signs that say go vote. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the right area. Everything's pretty much like lined out. There's signs, directions. So it felt like I was taking a test, to be honest. Like I was stressing out for no reason. The whole time my heart was beating, but I got a sticker at least and some lollipops. Talk to y'all more about the process when I get in the car, because it's a little windy out here. Okay, so when you walk in, there's a sign on the door that basically just says no technology, no phones, no recording or anything like that. So I couldn't actually obviously record in the ballot area, like where everyone casts their votes, for security purposes. And yeah, you walk in, no phones, it says turn everything off. There's a woman that was there to direct you, like go up to this person. And the thing about, like, considering we're in a pandemic, I did like how they had like all the like officials like boothed off. Like there was sort of like a plastic wall between you and the person, and everything had like its own section. Like there would be labels like clean pens, clean paper, dirty pens, dirty paper, sanitizer. There was hand sanitizer everywhere. So the guy was like, do you have ID? I said yes. He was like, is it a driver's license? I said yes. He said hand it over, you know, blah blah blah. Gave it to him. He ran my name, I guess, through like a system to see if I was registered, which I was. I think he like scanned like the barcode on the back of it. I didn't even know driver's licenses had a barcode. Bitch, I have a barcode for my identity. That's weird. But anyways, yeah, I'm not gonna show y'all the whole thing because some of y'all be scamming, but there's like a barcode on the back of your driver's license. I didn't know. That's cool. So yeah, he scanned my identification bar, and then he passed me along to like the next lady down the line. So there was like an order of like steps and people you had to see. So I saw the guy first. He ran my ID. I went to the second lady. So she printed off some, I guess it was the ballot. She printed off this long piece of paper and was like, here, grab a clean pen. This is what I was talking about by the sections. Everything was sectioned off. So like there was dirty area, there was clean area. So she was like, grab one of the clean pens. I grabbed it, had to pick it up. And then she was like, fill out your name right here. And she made sure like not to touch me or anything like that. It was very, what's the word to describe it? Like very cutthroat. And there were a lot of instructions and you had to follow them to the T. Which I feel like is a good thing because I felt very safe and like they were taking the pandemic seriously. So yeah, everyone was wearing a mask. All the directors were, even the old people were all wearing masks. So yeah, I fill out my name on the ballot. She has me sign it, like give my signature. And then she tells me to grab one of the like Q-tips. And I was like, what the, like, this is legit. They had like these small Q-tips that they cut. And those were going to be like a stylus for you to cast your vote. So you weren't allowed to actually touch the screen with your fingers, obviously, contamination, we're in a pandemic. So they wanted to use the Q-tips as a stylus. And she was like, yeah, we're trying the best we can to keep everyone safe. And I was like, that's great. Like, good for you. Good for Texas. Anyways, so I make it over to the booth. And that's when my heart starts to like start racing. I don't know why, but it seriously felt like I was about to take the SAT. Like I was taking an exam. When really I was just casting a vote. So I don't know why I was stressing. But it was just a lot of information. And I started to feel kind of overwhelmed. Like, one thing I did notice too, in every category, I mean, it's not really like you can avoid this. One party has to go before the other. But in every category, the first row was always a Republican. And then it was a Democrat. Then it was a Green Party, whatever that is. And then a Liberal. So yeah, like I was saying, they have all the parties like listed one after the other. But in the past times that I've been voting at school, there was always a button that you could press to just like vote for a party through and through. But this time it didn't have that option. Like you actually had to go and select each person by yourself. I don't know why they did that. I did notice though some positions, like whether it be a justice or a court official or whatever, there would sometimes only be like one person running from a certain party, or there just weren't many candidates. So maybe that's why you couldn't just choose one party and just vote for your party instead of having to go and select each spot. It was so just weird to actually see like Donald Trump, Mike Pence, Biden, Harris, like right there in front of me. Like that in that moment when I actually read those names, I was just like, what I'm doing right now is so, like, this is going to change the future of this country. This is going to have some effect on history. Whether I click this box or that box is going to matter. That in that moment when I was just reading the names, it just felt so chaotic. That's the best word I can. Anxious. I felt anxious. But anyway, I cast all my votes. Some things I didn't even vote for because, one, it was only a party that I'm not a part of, and I didn't, obviously, like, I have no business voting for them. Or two, it was people I didn't know of, and it didn't have like a name for what party they were a part of. I think those were just my local positions that, I think those were just the local positions that you could vote for, like community people who are running for some sort of office in the area. But I didn't bother voting for them because I didn't know who they were. So I don't know their beliefs, I don't know their politics, so I'm not going to vote at all for you. So after I finished voting, I printed off my ballot. It was like, once you print off your ballot, you cannot change your answers. You can't go back and like alter your vote or anything like that. Once you vote and you print it, it's over. That's it. I double checked my voting stuff, made sure everything was how I wanted it, printed it off, and then a lady directed me over to another like booth area, and that's where you have to actually like submit your ballot to where it's going to be counted. So there were like 3 big steps. You had to meet the 2 director people, get your ballot, walk over to the booth, actually cast your votes, print it off, and then go over to the other ballot and actually submit it. So yeah. Overall, it wasn't too confusing or hard. I think just the hardest thing was like not having an anxiety attack, because as I said, it felt like I was about to take an SAT, which I don't know, maybe because I'm young, I'm like stressed out about it, but overall, I think it's a good experience to have. And 2, I think it's very important that everyone do this. So if you watch this video and you're a young person in America or just in a democratic country at all, use your voice, use your power, go vote. It's very important for you to have a voice and influence on your own future. I don't want people to think like, oh, my one vote doesn't matter, because your one vote could be pinnacle in the decision making. Your one vote represents you. Your one vote is like you standing up for what you believe in, and I think that's just very important. Anyways, make sure you're registered to vote, make sure you get involved, try to be a good person, love your neighbor, even if they don't have the same beliefs as you. Just try to be respectful, I guess. Love all humans, and yeah. This was a good morning. And I still got my coffee. Okay, bye. This video's over. I voted, bitch.